Archit, so remember the last time हमने किया था Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam and
बिल्कुल।
we discussed food and cricket, two of the most amazing things that I think everybody loves. Apart from music, of course, I also love music. Not so much cricket fan, but yeah. Uh, Today we have another Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. This was a surprise for you, Archit. Would you say that?
No, it's not.
झूठ हाँ झूठ झूठ बोलते यार हाँ हाँ ये तो सरप्राइज था मुझे तो पता ही नहीं था.
But I am very excited for it.
I am super excited से ऊपर वाला कुछ word है तो वो हूँ मैं. Thrilled, ecstatic, whatever is the word. खैर, so that's what I am. We have today, listeners and everybody else, we have today Kunal Vijayakar, and he needs no introduction, literally no introduction. If you have grown up exploring food on TV, you know he is the OG, the foodie. Then a foodie, a columnist, writer, TV presenter. He also, by the way, in current times, he makes the most hilarious and one of my absolute favorites that are The Week That Wasn't with Sai Rocha. So that's amazing thing that we all love. And I said, he just a passionate food lover. And ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है कि there are passionate food lovers जो हमारे पास ना है? मतलब ये तो नाइंसाफी हो जाएगी.
If I may start talking, Sadaf, and Archit, there are two questions that come immediately to my mind. One is, this is not the first time that I have been introduced like, he needs no introduction. And then उसके बाद कोई introduce नहीं करता मेरे को. At least you've had the graciousness to say he needs no introduction and then went on to introduce me in about 3 lines or so. लेकिन बाकी के लोग कहते हैं, we have Kunal Vijayakar and he needs no introduction. अरे चलो कुणाल बात करते हैं करके. No introduction, man. Really, literally. And the second question is this: what is this big Sanskrit word that you used?
Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam.
Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. What does it mean there?
So that's what I do. I come up with all these Sanskrit, Hindi, and Urdu words, and Archit will come up with all the English words. So that's what we do. ऐसे अतिथि देवो भव, गेस्ट को बुला दें बेसिकली हमारे पास.
अतिथि देवो भव.
Sadaf is the resident Ghalib. I am the resident Shashi Tharoor.
I thought you would say Shakespeare. Ghalib और Shakespeare जाते हैं.
Far more well-known than Shashi Tharoor, than Shakespeare. Shashi Tharoor at the moment.
So there'll be competition between Archit and Shashi Tharoor. I know who will win. Shashi Tharoor, of course.
Shashi Tharoor, of course.
All right.
At
so
the
Kunal,
moment, poor man. Yes, start. Please start.
Poor man. I feel bad for him. No, we when we were doing the recording with Cyrus, we were talking first all the worldly things, and then we came to the main thing. We will also do some spill the tea. Cyrus said a lot of things about you. You should also say a lot of things about him.
Okay.
What do you think about? What do you think about Cyrus?
What do I think about Cyrus? I just realized, and I've listened to a hell of a lot of his podcasts, but I haven't been watching them. Now, apparently now all podcasts are happening on Zoom calls, so you can actually see the person. And I find Cyrus is not wearing a shirt in most of the Zoom calls that he's doing.
True.
What is he up to? IBF has to take action against him.
You know?
Yeah.
The first time when we were like, well, we have to go for the podcast recording. And then we saw his Instagram post and we were like, ये तो shirtless होने वाला है. अच्छा अब क्या करना है? Like, ठीक है.
It's good for us because the standard is set so low. We don't even have to take a shower now to come to a podcast recording.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely.
हमारे ऐसे चल लेंगे. नहा लेते हैं. But I remember वो तो नहा के आए थे. नहा के आए थे बोल के चलो नहा लिया मैंने.
वो साइरस ब्रोचा दिन में 15 बार नहाता है यार. वो अंदर जाता है और कौवे जैसे 2 मिनट भी नहीं. उसका रिकॉर्ड है पता है. वो उसको पूछो कभी. वो बॉम्बे खाना में वर्कआउट करने के लिए जाता है. तो his workout, going into the shower, soaping himself and wiping himself and wearing his clothes को कुछ 3.5 सेकंड में करता है. It's so fast.
So, that reminds me a little digressing to the show as well, The Week That Wasn't. Now, Cyrus is really trending these days with his body transformation. And you train people on The Week That Wasn't, how to be better, work out better in gym. So, did you inspire?
I'll tell you a secret, okay? So my knowledge of anything got to do with workout is so poor. So even to make it funny, I need Cyrus's help. So all those gags are written by him. I only perform them because if you ask me what a bench press is, I have no idea. What a barbell is, what a pull-up or a push-up is, I have no idea. So I can't make a joke unless I know what the hell that bloody thing is, no. So he writes all that and he makes me say the words. That's how we make those gags. But Cyrus has had a body transformation. You can't call it a body transformation. He's been working at it for so many years.
Yeah.
That he's been slowly transforming. And now I think now he's going to becoming leaner or something. And then when you tell him, "Hey, Cyrus, wow, you've lost so much weight," he gets upset because his whole attempt is to put on weight, unlike anybody else in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I remember a few days back after that reveal, his and this is what I genuinely noticed. I was watching the show, and if it is a recent one after the reveal, maybe I think it was after the reveal, his suit were a little ढीला. तो मुझे ये तो ढीला सूट भी ढीला हो गया है.
भैया हमारा बजट इतना खराब है, इतना लो है कि ये जो सूट जो साइरस पहन रहा है वो 12 साल पुराने सूट है. इट हैज सीन एवरी शेप ऑफ साइरस. सूट वही रहता है, साइरस बड़ा छोटा हो जाता है. टाइज तो 14 साल पुराने हैं उसमें.
साइरस का सूट करता है.
सूट करता है उनको.
So from that we'll come to we are talking about street food mostly for many reasons. One of them being because, as I mentioned, the OG, and we'll talk about the foodie later. And also because last week हमने podcast किया था जो कि it was on street food itself. कहानी किससे कहानियां. तो एक चीज जो last time हमने नहीं बताई थी, and I would love you to define that how would you define street food? Street food आखिर है क्या? काफी लोग को एक कंफ्यूजन होता है कि स्ट्रीट फूड ना फास्ट फूड होता है या फिर स्ट्रीट फूड पूरा बिल्कुल एलैबोरेट होता है. So how would you define something like that?
Well, at its simplest, and please don't laugh when I say this, street food is food that is available on the street. जो रास्ते पर मिलता है वो खाना स्ट्रीट फूड होता है. अभी ये खाना पर्टिकुलरली रास्ते पे क्यों मिलता है is a question that we can discuss and talk about. कि कचौड़ियाँ रास्ते पर क्यों बिकती है, निहारी रास्ते पर क्यों ज्यादा मिलता है, और या टपरियों में ज्यादा. लखनऊ में हो, आप बैठे हो लखनऊ में good nihari is in small places that are spilling out onto the street. And they may have the inside portion, but they have an outside portion as well. और चाट की दुकानें भी है आज, लेकिन चाट भी रास्ते पर अच्छा मिलता है. I think North India में, and I may be wrong, but my observation is काफी सारा breakfast का माल, And when we say breakfast, I'm not talking about necessarily eggs and that kind of breakfast, but North Indian breakfast, जो कचौड़ियाँ होती है, समोसे होते हैं, जलेबी खाते हैं breakfast के लिए, वो people who could not eat it at home and were eating on the way to work, उनके लिए रास्ते पर रुक के फटाफट पिकअप करके street food is convenient, या रात को रेस्टोरेंट बंद होने के बाद जो मिलता है, दारू के पीने के बाद जो आप ढूंढने जाते हो, वो स्ट्रीट फूड होता है. एंड so I'm not sure of the origins and why certain food is available on the street and certain food is available in restaurants. But if you go to Gujarat, in Ahmedabad and Surat, there is such a strong culture of eating on the road that people not only eat street food, they bring their own dabbas and sit on the middle of the road and eat it. Wow. There is a whole Sunday को पूरा रास्ता full हो जाता है. उनका जो divider है वो काफी बड़ा divider है. सब लोग, there are also food stalls on the road, but people also bring their own food and sit on the road and eat the food.
I think Gujarat.
So, that fascination I've not understood completely.
Yeah. I think Gujarat was also really interesting because they have this culture and tradition of कि पूरी family एक साथ खाती है Sunday को. That's what I am told. That's what I have learned from Gujarati family.
और घर से बाहर जाकर खाते हैं.
हाँ.
Let's go out and eat.
So इसलिए सौराष्ट्र पैक होता है हमेशा अहमदाबाद में.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. स्वाति. बम्बई में भी स्वाति है. स्वाति snacks.
Swati snacks.
That is also
so हमेशा पैक होता है.
और या सुख सागर, और also in at least in Mumbai, the Gujarati community has been highly instrumental in food trends and cultures. One, because they are pure vegetarian, having gotten tired of just eating the ghar ka vegetarian khana, they have actually experimented with Mexican cuisine, Italian cuisine. जो रास्ते पर पिज्जा मिलता है, वो गुजरातियों के कारण आता है पिज्जा. That pizza is not that because of the Italians or because of anybody else. They're saying, what can we make vegetarian, change it around, and eat. So they are responsible. Also deep pockets, so they can eat out all the time.
True.
I think street food vendors selling pizzas in Mumbai I think they should be credited for world peace because they sell Szechuan cheese pizza topped with nachos and served with mayonnaise. So I mean that's like half the world.
Absolutely correct. You're right. And if you go into predominantly Gujarati areas like Zaveri Bazaar, which is a huge jewelry market, or Paidhuni, which is a huge trader market in Mumbai, is very, very old parts of Mumbai. This is where the original Bombay settlements started. There is a lot of this street food which is experimental. It has, it's the only origin to India is the taste. Baki ka the forms are completely, they are making pizzas on tawas over there. They're taking dosas and putting noodles inside. बहुत सारा कुछ होता है वहाँ, So, and that's because of that community, their openness to try out new things and their constant desire to how do you say, to open up your palate from what may be ordinary vegetarian food.
But do you ever say कि नहीं ये थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो गया?
हाँ, बहुत बार बोलता हूँ मैं, बहुत बार. If you look at the amount of cheese that somebody puts into a dosa, अरे तुम डालो चीज डालो, थोड़ा सा चीज का फ्लेवर आ जाएगा. तुम आधा अमूल का डब्बा लेके उसको ग्रेट करोगे ना, तो ये बोलते से बहुत ही ज्यादा ही होगा ने. उसके ऊपर आप तो आपने टोस्टी सैंडविच बनाई, ओके, टोस्टी पता है ना, अंदर टमाटो काकड़ी, टोमेटो, यू पुट बीटरूट, यू पुट पोटैटो, काकड़ी, ओके, चटनी डाली उसपे, फिर उसपे आपने चीज ग्रेट किया, उसके ऊपर सेव डाली, उसके ऊपर पोमोग्रेनेट सीड्स डाले आपने. अभी बाकी क्या रह गया है? दही और चटनी डालना ही बाकी रह गया ना. तो सैंडविच कहाँ से रही वो? That becomes a bit too much. It goes into another zone only, There is of course, this is now picked up from Lebanese. This is a roll वाला है. एक Canal Road में फ्रैंकी आपके दिल्ली में है क्या पता नहीं, बॉम्बे टिप्स जो एक सरदार जी फैमिली है पुरानी 1960 से, एक रोल बनाती है फ्रैंकी. उसका टेस्ट इतने सालों में बदला नहीं है. It is the most wonderful single quick snack available, and because it is made in the central kitchen, उसका टेस्ट बदलता नहीं है. वो मटन उधर ही से आता है और मसाले भी वहीं से आते हैं, तो और रास्ते पर सिर्फ बनाते हैं वो, okay. So there are a lot of fake Frankies available. तो एक कनेल रोड की गली के सामने हिंदुजा हॉस्पिटल के गली में है एक, वो रोल बनाता है, फ्रैंकी रोल, मटन चिकन या कुछ डाल के, उसके अंदर ले वेफर्स डालता है, उसके अंदर पोटैटो चिप्स डालता है, उसे जो हाथ में मिले वो डालता है और रोल करके दे. अरे क्या टेक्सचर है, क्रंची भी है टेक्सचर, And people who look at food and say, oh, it's wonderful food, I love the texture. How many various textures we get? इसमें भी क्रंची भी आता है, सॉफ्ट भी आता है, स्क्विगली भी आता है, सब कुछ आता है इसमें. So this is, I've never tasted it, but I intend to. I will go and try to. Yeah.
Oh, I think these are just one-time thing. The most absurd thing that I have ever had was in Gujarat, in the old Gujarat, Ahmedabad में, old Ahmedabad के पास में, और रात को जो मार्केट लगती है खाओ गली वाली, तो उसमें there was a sandwich, and this was like in the millennial lingo dead sandwich. It was white bread, उसके ऊपर melted chocolate chip, butter and pineapple chutney और jam जो market में synthetic. So that was one layer. इसके ऊपर bread लगाया गया, then ice cream, chocolate ice cream on top, then layered, then there was more butter, then toasted, took it out, put lots of cheese, by the way, Amul cheese on top of it, chocolate chip, and that was sandwich. I kid you not, I just had one, and then sliced in 8 equal portions. I had one slice or one portion, and I'm like, I'm done. I can't have more than this.
What was the reaction of the palate? Kya hua kya? What did it taste like?
My palate was complaining. My palate said, why? Why would you do that? यही तो माफ करो. Sandwich was like कि मैं क्या करूँ अब? नौकरी छोड़ दूँ वाला हाल था.
Yeah. So Kunal, I just want to go back to what you mentioned about Frankie in Mumbai. I think it's quite fascinating that 3 of India's largest cities, Kolkata, Delhi, Mumbai, all of them have their own unique sort of role, which is just bread or roti, जिसके बीच में कोई सब्जी या कोई chicken या कोई sort of meat wrapped होता है. Bombay has the Frankie, Delhi has the Khan Chacha type rolls, which typically have tikkas in them. And yeah, and Kolkata has the Nizams, which is in itself a different thing. What is your favorite? I mean, Tibbs you of course like, but what is your favorite out of these 3?
Okay, I will be honest with you. As much as I like Tibbs, I have a very soft corner for the Nizam's roll. I have a really soft corner for 2 reasons. Okay, one is Nizam roll का जो बोटी होता है ना, बोटी वो it's तंदूरी किया हुआ रोटी होता है, बोटी होता है. So they tandoori that boti and then they tawe pe they sort of bhuna it for a little while, heat it up. Then the paratha itself is a nice flaky in between a Malba paratha and it's one of those, that family of parathas. And then the egg. And then this is my thing in Bombay. I can't find one decent kati roll. So I opt for Frankie. Frankie's got. I have childhood memories of the Frankie. I remember the first Frankie stall that opened at Bridge Candy in Mumbai. It was for 50 paisa, I think, and it came in a nice box. And I'm not that old, okay?
About to ask.
Maybe हमारे ज़माने में मिलते थे 4 आने में 2 नारियल मिलते थे. That kind of old, no?
But
so
50 paisa is...
Yeah, 50 paisa and a nice box it was. Same packaging, same logo, same color scheme, nice cardboard box. Oof. And that changed. The taste is nearly the same in the last 45 years, maybe 45 years.
Wow.
So, but the Calcutta Kati roll is my favorite. Is my absolute favorite.
I'll have to agree with you.
As you were describing, my mouth was salivating. I'm like, oh my god, this is what I want.
And I've eaten all 3. Khan Chacha ka bhi khaya hai, aur ye dono bhi khaye.
I think people who grew up in Delhi, they have some really love towards Khan Chacha. Of course, also they do say कि यार वो पुरानी वाली बात नहीं रही, but because I didn't grow up in Delhi, तो मेरा वो connection नहीं है. I'm like, yes, काठी रोल तो काठी रोल है, खान चाचा का रोल तो खान चाचा का रोल है. But there is some sort of. But on that, I remember reading up Veer Sanghvi's article, one article where he talks about burger, and he was saying it's a bread basically, right? So. Just pushing the envelope. Would you call rolls as also like Indian burgers? Because bread, meat, sauce, onion, similar thing in burger as well.
Well, you can argue that, but we've got our own identity. The roll that goes closer to Lebanese food, to shawarma rolls. It's more that than the burger. The burger patty is the fried flat thing. The burger is another form of a sandwich.
True.
Eventually, it's a different shape of bread, but otherwise it's a sandwich. We go into the Arabian, into the Lebanese, into the that falafel, pita bread, that kind of category we'd go into. I think more than going to a burger category.
Correct.
But between bread, everything is between bread.
Everything is between bread. Bread's the most important thing.
Bread is my kryptonite. Bread is my kryptonite.
Same. It's the same thing. I love bread a little too much. In fact, I was supposed to be writing another book on bread, but then lockdown happened, so my travel was restricted. So I'm like, अब तो नहीं, अब अगले साल लिखूंगा इसके ऊपर. But there has to be.
लिखूंगा तो जरूर.
लिखूंगा तो. So there was Sai, right? Sai wrote a book on bread, and then I'm like, I got inspired from Sai, and also of course my love for bread. Okay. So Now from there, the I always keep on thinking that, when what you just actually mentioned, it's drawing from the same question about 50 paisa street food and the role. How much has it changed? Not since 50 paisa, but in the last couple of let's say years. And this is also because Archit and I talked about this in our last podcast, and we talked about Rahul Verma. And before lockdown, I think in February, Reader's Digest did an event, and I was also I happened to be there. So there was Bariam Rishi, there was Rahul Verma, and a bunch of other people as well. And he was mentioning about how Delhi street food itself has changed a lot. And of course, he didn't like the fact that it has changed since forever, right? So for example, momo wasn't a Delhi food. It's more of a roll and kebabs, but that got changed. So what would be your take on that? And then what is...
Look, okay, so I can't specifically talk about Delhi because I haven't been to Delhi and eaten on the street for a very long time.
Yeah.
But change is inevitable. You cannot stop change. What should happen along with change is that some of the traditional things should remain. You can add on, but you should not completely change things. Like just because momos have been added, if you stop getting kakoris on the road, or if you stop getting Sikh parathas on the road, or if you stop getting pindi chole on the road, that would be sad.
Yeah.
But so don't replace the old things. Like I still feel that the street vendors are keepers of some of our history. A lot of you can still get a pani puri in Mumbai the way you used to get it 50 years ago. Uske baad, people have put in ragda inside it, other put bundi inside it. People will say puchke ke type bana usko golgappe ke type. But you can still get a pani puri the way it started in Mumbai, which was with moong, aloo, and two kinds of chutneys in it. Similarly, you can still get what can we say? Actually, bhelpuri, pani puri being you can still get the old-fashioned kebabs. Before ITC came and screwed our palates up and made it so, refined our palates so much, that kebab needs to, the kebab ke cut once sab shuru ho gaye, nahi to raste par kiri, kaleji, chote boti ke tukde aise, chicken, those kebabs wo to saliyon pe dal ke jo Mumbai mein bante the, wo abhi tak milte hain. With one naan, like a shirmal kind of bread ke saath. Actually not shirmal, the naan bread, the slightly sardo thoda hota hai uska.
Yeah.
You can still get them, and they're there. They're not. They haven't disappeared. Faluda, you can still get a good faluda on the road. You might have added flavors to it. And momos, I don't like momos, man. Unless they've been made nicely with the. I went to. I was shooting in McLeodganj several years ago. And the crew said, no, this is famous momo. Momo is a famous thing. We have to shoot momo. We have to say, chalo yaar, karte hain momo. And we stopped at 2-3 old ladies who were selling momos. The outer casing was thick. The inside was tasteless. I said, what is the big thing about this momo, man? Unless you can get it as refined as a dim sum or get it slightly thinner or little high quality, you're eating clumps of rice flour, no? It's just, it's like good modaks and bad modaks. The modak, you ever eaten Maharashtrian modak? No?
Yeah, I'm a fan of modak.
So momo, and then over here you will get momo with cheese on it, momo with this pot stickers, momo, this momo, Szechuan sauce. Wow, momo, whatever.
There was also
deep
chocolate
fried
momo.
Chocolate momos.
So in Delhi, close to my house in Malvinagar, back in days, there was 51 Momo. That was the name of the shop was 51 Momo. And they had Szechuan Momo, Afghani Momo, Tandoori chicken Momo, chocolate Momo, Mexican Momo. I was like, what is this?
When Momo started selling in Delhi, because they were very cheap and they used to be sold on the streets, there were rumors that उसमें chicken की जगह कबूतर का meat डलता है. I don't know how true they were, but these were the rumors, and I do agree that most momos are kind of overrated. Their shell is too thick and often made of maida, which
not the way
like
it should
anything.
be.
Yeah.
But this question of street food not staying faithful to the original meat is the old story. I mean, we've heard this kabutar story. It's, अरे वो उसके वहाँ के कबाब मत खाओ, कुत्ते काटते हैं वो. You know, so I think it'd be more expensive to fucking kill dogs than to actually get. What is the price of chicken? पता है पिछले चिकन का भाव क्या है? ब्रॉयलर चिकन का
200 रुपए
100
केजी.
रुपए में इतना सारा चिकन आ जाएगा.
हाँ.
Yeah.
It's very cheap, man.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to catch kabutar, kill them.
Well, if you live in Delhi, Bombay, it's not hard to catch a kabutar.
Kabutar, yeah.
They'll be sitting outside your
Balcony में
house.
जाते हैं.
Balcony में आप पकड़ लो.
Yeah.
On that nice kabutar note, we'll take a itsy bitsy tiny break.
And we're back. And because we have Kunal, it'll be hard and impossible to not talk about the show Foodie, which personally for me was iconic. I'll tell you why. So shows like the Foodie as well as Zyka India Ka, there was Highway on My Plate, and if you talk about international shows, there was Anthony Bourdain. So around 10 years back, at least I didn't travel as much, and traveling was not a big thing. Not everybody could afford it. So we didn't know about the food of rest of the country, often rest of the world. Travel in our country is often associated with pilgrimages. People now travel for leisure, but that wasn't always a thing. So shows like the Foodie actually helped you understand and appreciate the diversity of our cuisine in India. I mean, I personally did not know as much about, say, the vada pav before traveling to Mumbai, or about the various kinds of dosa that are sold in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu. But the Foodie changed that. You could see it on your TV. It was mainstream media. So, Kunal, one thing I want to talk about is that while watching the show Foodie, we see all the best things. We see the food and we think that, wow, ye kya life hai? Hame bhi chahiye life. We want to get paid to eat. But I'm sure there were tons of challenges in producing a food show. And at that point of time where, that a food show wasn't normal in India, it was something new and novel that you and the channel were doing. So what were the kind of challenges that the viewer did not see?
Honestly, if I was to be, I can create lots of challenges around it, but it was quite easy. We were one of the first people in. The only people who were doing anything related to food was Vinod Dua on Zyka, India Ka, and Sanjeev Kapoor, who was cooking. So we definitely, I was definitely not a chef, so I couldn't cook. And Vinod Dua was far, how do you say, full of gravitas. All that was there. So I think we came in as a breath of fresh air, and there was this real desire to discover the food of the country, and we learned along the way. So it's not like I had all this information that I wanted to give people. Is that I went to places which I would never have gone to otherwise. You only look. Let's be honest, okay? Slightly spoiled South Mumbai people, they go to Mahabaleshwar, Lonavala, Khandala, and then go straight to London. कौन जगन्नाथ पुरी जाएगा? कौन जाएगा चिल्का लेक पे? Who will go to some, Telangana में जाके जाएगा, Visakhapatnam? Who will go there? No, there's no need for you to go there because you're going on holidays. You're not going on food discovery tours. So for me, it was just we were a bunch of relatively young people there, and the advantage of this show being on a news channel was the news channels have a huge footprint. They have stringers in the smallest places in all the states, in small towns, villages and all. So if we decided कि चलो हम लोग बनारस जा रहे हैं, तो बनारस में 3 local लोग already reporters हैं वहाँ, who you can tap for information. So internet was not all that great in those days. So you could say कि भैया हम लोग आ रहे हैं, tell us what to do. So the crew would go 3 days in advance. I would go 3 days, just one day before shoot. And then they would recce karte the, everything would happen. And the stringers and the network of a news channel would help tremendously. It saved a lot of research money. And it saved a lot of wrecking actually. Because they would send footage also. Yeah, ऐसा दिखता है, यहाँ से ले सकते हैं, camera shot ऐसे लग सकता है. So also food, besides being good, also has to be good looking. Na?
Yeah.
Eventually, it's a audiovisual medium. So that was a tremendous help. But we had a good time. We traveled, and my team and the teams so I went through about 3 or 4 teams by the time we finished the show, and each team is still doing something with food. Because they were all young kids who just become producers and all that. All of them are still doing something related to food somewhere.
Wow.
Which is good, no?
Yeah. I mean, the entire team in a way saw the amazing food world. So let's stick to the food itself.
Absolutely, yeah.
So there was what you mentioned, right? On different kinds of shows which is coming in. So of course Vinod Dua's Zyka. Then there was Sanjeev Kapoor's cooking food, and then the little earlier than that there was Daawat on DD1 aata tha. Then there was Gurpal, so Khata Rahe Mera Dil. Again, similar like a genre of exploring food. And then there was The Foodie. So Zyka, of course, you can understand ki Zyka India ka. And
if I may show off, Gurpal, Rocky and all came after me. There was old man Vinod Dua, uske baad slightly younger man me.
Yes, that is correct. That's something, that the different fresh air, which you also mentioned, right? So I'm saying Zyka India ka was like Vinod Dua saying, मैं आपके लिए खा रहा हूँ. I still remember. He always say, मैं ये आपके लिए खा रहा हूँ. So that was very typical of Hindi and Urdu world, right? And then of course Khata Rahe Mera Dil, Bolchal ki. But then we are coming to the OG, the word foodie. I don't think that at least when you started, anybody kind of knew what foodie is. They knew what food is. What is this E around it? And today, there are so many Instagram handles, Facebook handles, which has foodie. Hashtags, the foodie is actually the highest used hashtag, I believe, in the world, not just maybe in India, I'm assuming in the world as well. So how would you come up with the term, we'll call it the foodie?
So let's be honest, the term existed, okay? It was not in common parlance in India, but it was being used as a casual word all over the world. Anybody who was food-centric, who was interested in food, who knew about his food, it encompasses a lot of food attributes, yeah? Not necessarily an expert either. Somebody who likes to eat was called a foodie. And I think the channel was an English channel. There was no question of even wanting to go remotely Hindi, because we were still living in this slightly non-Hindi bubble, which I think is so burst so well that even the producers and the guys who thought, I didn't think of the name. Honestly, the show, there was a whole bunch of creative people who, so there was this bunch of young English-speaking people who'd come out of TV18, CNBC, and raring to go, and they said, let's use this word, the foodie. And it was simple enough. The word food was in that word, and then it just became into everybody uses this word. मैं foodie है, सुबह उठ के मैं सोचता हूँ खाने में क्या है, foodie है. So it's now become into this thing about foodie. But when we launched it, the word existed, but it wasn't so commonly used, is what I think.
Correct. I don't think it was commonly used. I think from Instagram bio, Twitter bio to Tinder and Bumble bio, सब जगह पे foodie का लोगों ने लगा रखा है अपना. Archit, before you ask, नहीं, मेरे Bumble में foodie term नहीं लिखा हुआ है. नहीं लिखा हुआ है. नहीं, I'm saying Archit,
you can just have your chef hat on, and जरूरत नहीं होगी ना, Sadaf.
हाँ, I can put like chef and say, okay, ये तो obvious है ना.
Obvious है, correct.
All right. So, but one thing that most of these shows were doing, at least in days, and a lot of them today as well, and because Archit mentioned on challenges, and I remember I did a small show on YouTube for YouTube audience recently in Punjab, in Amritsar. one challenge, it's a really funny challenge because you get so much of food in front of you because you have to shoot, but you don't end up eating all, even though you want to, but you can't really because you know कि अभी 10 और खाना है. That's a very funny, I think, challenge. But what have you ever faced such challenges?
Oh, of course. And actually, I have always had a crew that loved me. They loved me. They knew me well. They knew what I liked to eat. So what they would do is they would organize the best food around lunchtime and dinner time. तो आप सुबह जो उनको पता है कुरान को अच्छा लगने वाला नहीं, ज्यादा खाएगा नहीं ना, तो वो चक चक करके we used to go one, and you watch any episode of mine. I never put the spoon or my hand or fingers in my mouth more than 2 times per dish because it's not possible to do it.
Yeah.
Actually, and next, move on, next, karke, But if there was a really good, like a Maharashtrian thali with mutton and, things happening, Malwani thali, or even if we were doing a good nihari meal or something, they would plan it late night or lunchtime when I can sit and eat that whole meal properly.
Yeah.
Then there were things that I did not like, but just because I don't like, I can't not show them on TV.
Yeah.
Because eventually, so that also cheating. How we used to cheat? Like I don't eat fish. I don't like fish. I eat all shellfish. So I will eat prawn, crab, lobster, oyster, mussels, you name it. But if you give me pomfret or rawas or something like that, I will not eat it. But I'm shooting in Goa and there's only seafood in front of me. What do I do? So we used to do full cheating would happen. My producer, she would taste it. She said, this tastes like this, okay? This is what it is, and I think this is what you should say about this particular. And I would, with full gusto, cut piece, close up, डालो. उठाते हुए कुछ bread का piece डाल के पक करके मुंह में डाला. किसी को पता भी नहीं चला मुंह में क्या डाला है. And then I would repeat what she said, because she'd already done the tasting and given me her opinion on it.
So I don't like fish as well. But I remember in Amritsar when we were doing the whole food thing, and of course you have to try the Amritsari fish, right? I was like, I don't really eat fish, but of course, if you're putting camera in front of me, I'll eat. So I literally eat just enough to tell people, okay, this is what it is.
This is what it is.
It. And that's it.
I have to ask a very rude question, but ये मेरे दिमाग में हमेशा आता है whenever I see a food show now. So you're eating from literally every street, every corner. How the hell does one digest all of this? Do you take some trifla lete ho aap, ya do you have gastric issues? Kya hota hai? And this is just a general question for food shows. It's not khake. How does your tummy react to it?
Very badly sometimes. I have had like nights when I've gone to bed like that कि पेट पकड़ के सोया हूँ, full indigestion हो रहा है, and it now I'm calling it suffering. I think other people will say बेचारा कितना खा रहा है, हमें खाने के लिए कुछ नहीं, लेकिन ये बहुत खा के complain कर रहा है. But you learn to taste and not eat as you go along, because you know how your body is going to react to things.
Yeah. I think probably when you start the initial first 2-3 episodes, you like super सब लेके आओ, but छोड़ दो रहने दो.
और कैसे होता है, budgets tight होते हैं ना, तो दिन में जितना कर सके करना चाहिए ना. So if you're shooting 7-8 places, 7-8 meals कैसे खाओगे यार दिन में?
Correct. इतना तो कोई नहीं खा पाएगा. But so why, like, and I was saying that all the still till date there are a lot of food shows irrespective of the medium. It's focused on street food. But I think it's changing because street food is coming to restaurants now. You have also, I think, talked about your favorite restaurants in Bombay. And so street food is now in restaurants. But why people focus on street food when they start talking? And there are many Instagrammers jinki dukaan chal rahi hai because of street food. Because they put up street food. So what is so fascinating about street food then, that everybody wants to cover it?
I don't know. I have also noticed that in the old days when I used to do the show, most watched shows were street food shows. I remember having done an episode outside the dargah at Ajmer Sharif. Okay. And there was no plan. So we had decided, let's do some B-roll shoot karte hai inside Ajmer Sharif. So we organized ourselves, वो सर पे लेकर जाते हैं, दर्शन वर्शन लेते हैं, वो ये बांधते हैं, you know, all that B-roll हो गया. And then we came out. अभी से भी खाने का क्या करे, क्या shoot करना है? So I told the producer, I said, एक तू काम कर. You got 3 cameras now. You follow me closely, okay? Don't cut. And keep one camera permanently on my plate. You don't show my face also, it's okay, but don't miss the food, okay? And I just walked from stall to stall to stall to stall. For me, as a food person, as a foodie, if I may call it that, just the visual of so much food together on the road is extremely orgasmic. It's just कुछ होता है इतना सारा खाना देख के, you know. Of course, after that you taste it and you find out whether it's good or not. But visually, just look at it, na. When you see a street full of food, कुछ होता है, you know. It's like we did 3 trips to Ahmedabad. Okay, one did thali किया, गुजराती घर में जाकर पकाया, ये किया, वो किया. And then one day I told the producer, I said, you know, we've been to Ahmedabad 3 times. It's called Ahmedabad. उसमें कुछ मुस्लिम खाना होना ही चाहिए वहाँ. अब ढूंढो या क्या गुजराती थाली कर रहे हो यार. So they found that old Bhatiyar Gali in Ahmedabad.
Correct.
Again, in Bhatiyar Gali also I said, ऐसा करते हैं, तुम लोग मुझे follow करो. आधा घंटा मैं खाना खाता हूँ, stall to stall जाके. We started with a masoor की biryani on the road. And we ended with kebabs and samosas at the end of the other street. उसके बीच में red mutton, white mutton, green mutton, कलेजी, गुर्दा, भेजा, everything. Oh, and I don't know about other people, but I look at a street full of food, and it just something happens to me. And I think it's just fascinating. How can the restaurant, which is a visual from outside, have the kind of attraction against something where you can actually see the food?
True. I always think, like, for example, I don't like tea as much as I love coffee. But I put a lot of tea pictures.
Yeah, I don't drink tea at all. I only drink coffee.
I love coffee. I think people should just drink coffee. But if you go and take picture of a sadak side ka wo stall of a chai, it looks so fascinating.
It looks fascinating.
Yeah.
But if you go down south and do one coffee wala जो कर रहा है ऐसे coffee, that also looks fascinating.
That also looks fascinating. You know? कुछ तो बात है सड़कों
पे. धुआं आ रहा है, कोल है, उसके जो whatever they do this thing with है, you know. So
I think it's very... Sorry, go ahead.
No, the chai ki tapri also looks good, and South India में coffee वाला भी, filter coffee वाला भी अच्छा दिखता है यार.
हाँ.
That, I think the visual part of it, you absolutely were bang on. It plays a huge role in why street food is so Instagram friendly, and why so many people put up, as Sadaf said, photos and videos of street food. I think also a unique thing, and this is again part of the visual element, is हर जगह का street food और हर जगह की street will look completely different. Restaurants might often looks very similar, but every street has its own unique visual element. Every street will look completely different. Khao Gali might look different in Bombay than, say, perhaps Chandni Chowk in Delhi.
Correct.
So the distinctness also helps while promoting street food.
Of course. And I think there is culture in street food, no? The culture of the locality. Forget the new things that have sprouted out near office areas or whatever, okay? The street food near office areas, I mean, that's what. But most of the street food that you and I are talking about is part of the culture of that road, that locality, that area. यहाँ के लोग जो है, जो street food वाले हैं, वो शायद वही रहते हैं. बाहर मिठाई वाला है, दूध पक रहा है वहाँ. All this visual stuff is like, it's great, yaar, you know.
Before
I also like food courts, huh?
हाँ.
Food court में भी सब जगह हर इतना सारा दिखता है ना खाना, मजा आ जाता है.
वो भी ऐसे महंगा स्ट्रीट फूड होता है ना.
महंगा स्ट्रीट फूड ही हो गया है.
वो ऊपर मॉल के ऊपर में से महंगा स्ट्रीट फूड लगाते हैं. Before Archit sends us back in a break, एक question जो I think बनता है पूछना कि people who are like me, of course, MasterChef वाले people. अच्छा, first your comment on MasterChef because you like eating, watching MasterChef shows, and I remember you also mentioned about Matt के साथ आपने there was something, the shoot that you did in Bombay as well.
Yeah. So MasterChef, I think MasterChef does a great service to Indians and their outlook towards food. Okay, I think people started traveling abroad looking for food. Nobody did food tourism earlier. You went to see Disneyland or you went to see kuch bhi, you know. There are still people who will still do that. You know, go through a tour agent who will organize all your Indian meals and all. But there is a bunch of people who like to go and try local food, and that has come, according to me, because of MasterChef. And we've learned how to plate food and how to do all that. It's good. You get a little international. Your vision becomes a little more open. You look at new ingredients. You look at new methods of cooking, which is, I think, MasterChef Australia was largely responsible for that for Indians. You know?
Correct.
And the judges, Matt Preston and the other two, unlike Gordon Ramsay, where he's abusing and screaming at people, these people know, and we are Indians, you know, we like a little emotion, thoda nurture kar rahe hai, you know, that kind of thing, encourage kar rahe hai, fir bhi strict hai.
Yeah.
So it worked perfectly within the Indian ethos. So I think it's opened our minds to food, international food tremendously. And look at them, they also have one Indian token hota hai usme.
हमेशा पिछले तो सीजन में तो एक इंडियन जीता भी है.
या जीतता भी है, करेक्ट.
हर बारी. So अर्चित साहब, आप ब्रेक पे फेंक ले जाएंगे हमें वापस से.
आपने कह दिया तो हम मना कैसे कर सकते हैं. So let's take a tiny break. And we're back. Kunal, before we let you go, we have a couple of things to take care of. First, I want to throw a rapid fire round at you. Now, this is not inspired from any other show. This is completely original and new, this idea of a rapid fire round.
Of course it is. I believe you completely.
Yes.
हम असली हैं.
Okay, so whenever you're ready, let's begin.
I'm ready.
Cool. Best street food city in India? Delhi, Mumbai, Lucknow, Chennai, or any other?
Very tough. Delhi, I'd say. As far as non-vegetarian food is concerned, Delhi has always been a great street food place. But do not underestimate Chennai. I may be a Bombay person, but Bombay is not on top of my list for street food place. But Chennai, there's some great, like Kuttu Parathas and all on the road. Fantastic.
Superb. Best street in India for street food. And we have Purani Delhi, Aminabad, Muhammad Ali Road, Bhatiyar Gali, whatnot. What is your favorite?
Oh, that's a tough one. It's a tough one, but I will give Bori Mohalla in Mumbai high marks because not only do you get all kind of food, you get ice cream, dessert, jalebi, Mawe ki jalebi, like there is Sarafa Bazaar in Indore, but of course vegetarian, but they have also great things. But I think Bori Mohalla in Mumbai is a good one. Although they don't make a good nihari. Although you get a good bara handi over there, So there are pros and cons, but I like. To Mumbai ke liye bolte hain na. Bori Mohalla.
Absolutely. And वहाँ की ice cream is fantastic. You rightly mentioned.
Yeah, Taj ice cream.
Taj ice cream.
Super. भी बेचते हैं रास्ते पर. हाँ.
और ये थोड़ा controversial है. Hyderabadi biryani, Lucknow biryani, Kolkata biryani from Tamil Nadu, or Thalassery biryani.
Okay. First, I have to say, if you go to Lucknow and ask anybody, वो बोलते हैं हम बिरयानी बनाते नहीं, हम पुलाव बनाते हैं.
बनाते हैं.
Hyderabad, it's not going to be a quick answer. Hyderabad में Hyderabadi जो sort of aromatic fragrant biryani बनती है. So I was in Hyderabad about a year and a half ago, and everybody went to Paradise for biryani. Okay, जाएंगे Paradise. So I said, I'm not eating Paradise biryani, man. I'm going to eat butter chicken over there.
Oh wow.
Wow.
फिर उसने मैंने 2-3 बार खाई थी बिरयानी एंड आई वाज नॉट वेरी हैप्पी विद इट. ओके, बट ही सो दैट पैराडाइज फॉर नहीं सर, आप हमारे यहाँ आकर बिरयानी कैसे नहीं खा सकते, यू हैव टू टेस्ट करके मैंने खाई एंड आई टुक माय वर्ड्स बैक. आई सेड नहीं भैया तुम्हारी बिरयानी बहुत अच्छी है, इट वाज रियली इंडीड गुड, बट फॉर मी द बॉम्बे बिरयानी,
Oh.
Bombay biryani, which Jafar Bhai, Delhi Darbar makes, and the old Jafar Bhai Mansoori died just a few months ago, and he's cooked for me in front of me, and I've asked him this question, sir, आपकी जो बिरयानी है वो कहाँ की है? ये हैदराबाद की है या which is the बिरयानी, या यूपी की है? यूपी में भी, लखनऊ नहीं लेकिन यूपी की बिरयानी बनती है. So he said, this बेटे, this is बम्बई की बिरयानी है, this is a Bombay biryani, and it is the माशाल्लाह क्या बिरयानी होती है. So I'm sorry, but हमारे बम्बई बिरयानी में आलू होता है.
I like aloo.
नहीं होता लेकिन आलू होता है.
I am okay with aloo. I also like the aloo bukhara in Bombay biryani.
The sorry, aloo bukhara.
Aloo bukhara in biryani.
Correct.
Nice.
And you know, if and I don't cook very often, but I've made biryani on certain occasions. What I do, so मेरे भी कच्चे गोश्त की बिरयानी बनती है, तो सब एक साथ ही कुक होता है. जो जाफर भाई ने मुझे रेसिपी दी थी वही, लेकिन मैं क्या करता हूँ ना, आलू छोटे स्लाइसेस काट के पूरे बॉटम पे लगा देता हूँ अंडे के.
अच्छा.
So the whole bottom layer is full of आलू, so that वो जले नहीं. लेकिन वो आलू जो जला हुआ निकलता है वहां से, वो उफ, there's a word for it, I don't know what it's called. हिंदी में कुछ बोलते हैं उसको,
लगना बोलते हैं कि लग जाता है हल्का सा.
जो लगा हुआ जो आलू होता है नीचे का, उफ, बिरयानी का. हाँ, too good.
कल ही राना आपा ने एक ट्वीट किया था saying who else like the हल्की सी लगी हुई बिरयानी. So I will tell her कि कुणाल विजय का
लगी हुई बिरयानी बहुत अच्छी लगती है.
Okay. Two more questions. Favorite kebab? Galauti, Shami, Kakori, Barra, Sikh, or any other?
It has to be between Barra and Sikh. I am not insane about Galauti or Kakori. I like them, but एक अच्छा Sikh kebab, वो भी मटन का नहीं, दूसरे किसी एनिमल का.
कोई भी हो सकता है एनिमल.
कोई भी हो सकता है, कुछ भी हो सकता है.
हाँ, चिकन बिकन भी हो सकता है. So you know what I'm saying, huh?
Yeah.
Really good Sikh is nothing beats a really good Sikh, and a good mutton ka barra, nice barra.
Where do you find, for our listeners, just where do you find the best Sikh and the best barra in India?
India, I don't know, but for Mumbai, I can tell you the best Sikhs. There are two places. One is Sarvi in Nagpada, and another is called Rajasthan in Khar.
Very interesting.
Yeah, and they have the Sikhs are black in color, black. Wow. Nicely cold picked away. And the bara is, unfortunately, the best bara is at the ITC hotels. Their mutton ka quality kuch alag hi hai.
Wow.
So that.
As soon as we get some sponsors for the show, we will get enough money to go to ITC.
To go and eat at ITC, no?
ITC. अभी तो हम अल जवाहर करीम से काम चला लेते हैं.
अरे अल जवाहर का क्या खाना है? अल जवाहर is better than Kareem's.
Agree with you.
Agree. Al Jawahar, and they have this oof.
That's
I've eaten several times Al Jawahar.
Wow.
Very nice food. और Kareem's बम्बई में खुला है अभी. Kareem's का एक ब्रांच दिल्ली वाले पुराना दिल्ली का करीम वाला ब्रांच बैंड्रा में खुला है. अभी गया नहीं हूँ, but I will go there.
तो ये आपके favorites हो गए. Are there any dishes that you considered underrated, and is there any dish that you considered overrated?
This is I know you prompted me that you would ask me this question, but I'm trying to think of what is a good aloo ki sabzi is a little underrated, I think, sometimes. और घर का जो मटन का सालन बनता है, which is not मुगला है, लेकिन एक like किसी के घर में सिंपल कुरमा बनता है, या हमारे यहाँ हमारे कम्युनिटी में मटनाचा गोडा we call it. It's not sweet, but it's made with goda masala. But it's with minimum amount of grinding, winding, anything, you know. Just प्याज मसाले डाल के जो बनता है very और पतले ग्रेवी का डिश हमें आदत होगी कि सब थिक ग्रेवी, यू नो, किसी भी रेस्टोरेंट में जाओ थिक ग्रेवी होती है,
हाँ,
बट वेरी लाइट पतले ग्रेवी का घर का जो मटन बनता है ना, that I think sometimes is underrated. Although I don't think I've answered your question correctly because I couldn't think of a restaurant dish which was underrated or overrated. I know you said ki
No,
you
that
don't
is-
particularly like chole bhature, no?
I don't like chole bhature. I'm not a fan of.
I like it. But yeah, I think underrated.
But that's a good underrated thing.
Yeah.
We all have. I mean, हमने तो काफी बारी चावल दाल को भी underrated बोला है.
I think चावल दाल is slightly overrated. Boss, इस खिचड़ी का इतना बना के रखा है हमारे देश में ना. खिचड़ी वाह वाह वाह. खिचड़ी बीमार हो जाए तो खिचड़ी खाओ. खिचड़ी is not only meant for bloody खिचड़ी.
So that is your overrated then clearly.
Highly overrated. bloody खिचड़ी.
Superb.
हमारे यहाँ खिचड़ी जो बनती है उसमें प्रॉन्स जाते हैं. कोलंबी की खिचड़ी बनती है.
I have to tell you that you have won the rapid fire round. हमारे पास कोई गिफ्ट देने का बजट नहीं है अभी, but you have won it. I have to tell you.
हाँ, you
But
won.
the rapid fire round took quite a long time, no? The answer
हमारा-
was hardly rapid answers थे.
हमारा रैपिड थोड़ा स्लो चलता है.
Slow चलता है rapid.
Cool. So before we wrap up, one final tip, Kunal, on if you have to go to a new city and you have say 2 days, how do you explore the food? Like, how do you decide where to go? Like, I know you mentioned when you had a show, then you had a team to do it. But when you have to go yourself, how do you decide where to go? Any tip for our listeners?
Yeah, see, so you need to use your brain properly, okay? Because everything is available on the internet. You know, today with if you Google it, and then very carefully go through everything that you've seen on Google, and then you choose from there. It's the best way to do it. Unless you have a कोई काका मामा जो है पुराना रेस्टोरेंट वहाँ है तो अलग बात है. But the only way to really do it now is to look it up before you go. Plan well in advance before you go. Read carefully the articles. Where has the article appeared? Who has written the article? Is the source a reliable source or not? Because the internet, everything is available. The good and the bad is available. So if you can sift that out, then I think I do that. Even when I'm traveling abroad now, I just go onto the internet and I spend a lot of time researching before we decide where to go. If you're interested, you must थोड़ा काम तो करना पड़ेगा.
पापी पेट का सवाल है.
Absolutely.
हाँ, पापी पेट का सवाल है.
On that note,
Yeah.
दुकान बढ़ाई जाए. करते हैं फिर shut it
कैसे
down.
आपकी मर्जी. Shut it down करना है. Is that how you do it?
Yes, we do shut it down.